I had it for nearly 2 months, I think. So, as you can see, it's not very clean anymore. And this is not because I was riding off-road a lot. I was riding off-road a little bit. Probably the least anyone ever attempted to ride off-road. But that is in the different episode. We're not going very deep into that. Roads here in Essex are very filthy. And that was a perfect bike to test ride and to try on the roads like this. In winter, it's not winter anymore, it's spring now, but it's still so cold and the roads are still very, very dirty and very, very filthy. It's been raining and raining and raining. Even today, I had to wait till the evening until the rain stopped so I could film something for you guys. As you can see, the bike is in the condition, and that's mostly off the road. That is what the road riding in Essex does for your bike at this very moment. And this is why Himalayan might be a perfect winter bike for you. First things first, I'm 1 meter 5'9", not single, and the bike is very nice height for me. As you can see, I can reach the ground with both feet firmly on the floor, which makes the life a lot easier when you have to save it, when you have to really kick with your leg and save the bike. It happened to me on the road, not off-road, and off-road obviously when you have to paddle yourself and it's uneven conditions where there's no other way or you don't know any other way how to do it, you use your legs. That is extremely helpful, so if you are my height, that should help for you. Okay. It's good it's not a big adventure bike, only a small one. This is why I don't go further. The sitting position is great too. I didn't feel any uncomfort riding it, even though even in winter, I spent 3.5 hours constantly on the bike. That's the longest I spent, unfortunately, because it's really, really cold outside, guys. As you can see, it fits me perfectly. The seat is very comfortable. It is. It doesn't look like, but it is. It is comfortable. It is quite soft. And it is comfortable to sit on it. Overall, everything about it, the sitting position, it was very alien for me to start with, but you're getting used to it very quickly. If you haven't watched any of other episodes that I did, I am not a fan of adventure bikes. In fact, I don't like them. And this is the first time I was thinking maybe a smaller adventure bike could be a good idea to have. That's how much I liked Himalayan, and that's most probably because of its quirky looks. I really like that it looks a little bit vintagey, a little bit retro, and quirky a lot. And also a single cylinder engine, and it's not overpowered. It's just perfect to ride on the little country lanes when they are very, very dirty, and there's so many potholes now. It's literally, Essex is now like India, just cold. Guys, these little roads almost can be considered as an off-road, light off-road for people who don't have much off-road experience. If you want to spice it up, just go on the muddy bits on the sides. And this is why I really enjoyed this loan and really enjoyed that bike more than I thought that I will. Which really was a surprise for me. A little screen really helps with the winter cold. Mickey Mouse mirrors, actually it just puts all that quirky look. Everything is a little bit off center, which really makes my OCD not very happy, and I constantly try to even all the things, but it's not happening, so I just had to live with that. That's probably one thing that I don't like. All the controls, even though they feel a little bit plasticky, and as I said, this is not extremely even, they're very easy to use and very easy to reach everything, no problem. I didn't beep once when I tried to switch the controls. Not much going on here. It's a lot of going on here. It's a lot of lights and little bubbles, and everything is kind of retro looking. It sometimes reminds me an airplane. You know that old school airplane that makes that sound like and drops the stuff on the crops to grow better. So that reminds me the retro airplane, and I kind of like it. It just goes nicely with the rest of the bike. Majority of lights never came up live, thankfully, as now I can see they are mostly the fault lights here, and everything else is just easy. As you can see, when lit, all these different windows showing different information, which is not distracting, it's not in the way. And when you look at the road, you can notice the speedo here and a little bit of a light, but it's not distracting you in any way. It took me a while to understand what this is for. G3. I thought it's something very fancy, but it wasn't. It's just which gear you are in at the moment. That's all that it shows. It's just simple motorcycle for enjoying the simple ride. It's not the bike for you to ride fast on the motorways, even though I did motorway speed. Here we go. An advantage of being lightweight, I think I can go faster than some other riders, some heavier riders. But as you can see, is that maximum? This is not a bike to ride fast speeds and motorways. It's not built for that, but it handles very well. In fact, for me, it handles better than, for example, a Scrum. Maybe because it is taller, maybe because of quite big screen and kind of block of the wind. I didn't feel any discomfort going 70 miles per hour and a little bit more than 70 miles per hour. It did handle and felt absolutely fine. So if you will end up commuting, or you will have to go a little stretch of the motorway or dual carriageway speed, which is 70 miles per hour, it's no problem at all. That bike will handle it. However, it's extremely boring, so you will want to get off the motorway as quick as you can. Off-road riding. Obviously, even though I'm not an off-road rider at all and I don't have much experience, I decided that Himalayan needs to be taking off-road. This is the bike made for that. This is the bike that I could see myself green laning and taking on the light off-road, and I really wanted to do so. An off-road is an off-road. Oh no, that is too muddy. But later I found by local riders and local Himalayan riders that if the road feels like an off-road is unrideable, not on the bike like this. And that's how I ended up 2 meters into the mud. I had to rescue the bike, turn around and go back home. That's all the off-road experience I had, but I'm sure that if you are interested in proper Himalayan riding off-road and how it is, you already saw some people who are specializing in that, who are riding off-road bikes all the time, and they will tell you all about it. Whereas me, I'm a road rider, and this review or these thoughts is by the person who came from a complete different world, from the custom bikes, from the bikes that are purely, not purely, but like majority about beauty and looks and eye-catching designs and the self-expression by customizing parts. This is why adventure bikes not my cup of tea. And even consider all of that, I still liked it. And I still enjoyed it. And this tells a lot about it, because I rode other adventure bikes, big adventure bikes, that I didn't enjoy that much. They felt way too big for me. I don't have those skills to ride adventure bike the way that I think they should be ridden. I don't have those skills yet. And for somebody who just wants sometimes to do a little bit of off-roading or wants to ride every day, despite the weather, despite the road conditions, despite what country you are in, this is a very good option, very good budget option. I have to add that, because this is very affordable. I'll drop the price for everyone, every guy in India who's asking what is the price of a bike. I'll drop the price in UK, because that is what I can Google. You can Google the price in your country, but it is definitely a very affordable bike, which I would consider to have as a second, third or fourth bike, just purely to ride when the roads are filthy, or when I have to do a little bit of a green laning to maybe improve my skills, overall riding skills. Because when the surface is uneven and when you have to ride in the very slippery conditions, when you have to ride around the big potholes, and when you constantly have to be aware of the road, that makes you a lot better rider. And this is a good option to ride it, because it doesn't feel as precious as some other beautiful scramblers might feel, or the bike with a, like, it's not necessarily has to be about the price, but sometimes you look at the bike and you think, oh, I can't drop it, I just can't, that would break my heart. This looks like a bike that really, like, you wouldn't mind. I mean, not because it is that quirky, but it's just made purely for riding for me. It looks these colors and everything, it looks like it's almost like a working horse that you can ride anywhere. You can add your luggage. It says up to 7 kilograms on this rack, but I believe you can add a lot here, because you can have a pillion passenger as well. You have the pilly pegs, you have the rack here for your pillion to hold on it. Let me check how comfortable it is, a pillion seat. So now I'm pretending that I am a pillion sitting up there, and it does feel soft. It feels a lot softer than majority of the pillion seats. Can you see how much squeezing it's here? Obviously, once again, if you want to see how it is like to ride as a pillion on this, you have to watch somebody who took the pillion and took the interview from the pillion and hear the real opinion how it is on the road or on the long time riding as a pillion. I only can see it does feel a lot more comfortable than majority of the pillion seats, and a lot more useful for that. As well as you still have that little space to add at least a little luggage up to 7 kilograms over here. No third person, unless that person weighs up to 7 kilograms. one thing I remember hating about that big and heavy adventure bikes is riding them in the city, because you can't squeeze filtering. You're big and clumsy with all the bags and the weight of a bike when you have to suddenly stop and then go again and constantly play with the clutch, and it's like, it is definitely challenging, and I really hated it riding in the big city. I really feel uncomfortable, whereas on this, it's no different than any other Royal Enfield that I rode. It feels exactly the same. Even though it is capable to ride off-road, it is capable to ride in the city as well, and going low speeds. Filtering is nice and narrow. Obviously, if you would add side panniers, that would add a little bit more to the sides, but I don't think it would be any wider than the bars, and the mirrors are not sticking out outside the bar, so basically where your hands are, as much as you can fit in, you can fit in. And that's what I really like about it, that it's nice, small and nimble to ride in town, because for me, every bike has to be suitable to ride in an urban environment, and I ride a lot in the different urban environments, and when you're traveling as well, I really like exploring different cities, not just outside them, not just the nature, and I would choose a bike where I can comfortably ride through the urban traffic too. And the sound, guys. Lately, I've been riding a lot of single-cylinder bikes, and my next loan is a single-cylinder again. So I'm kind of becoming an expert of a single-cylinder sound, and I really like it. Sounds lovely, isn't it? It's not too harsh, it's not destroying, it's not like a two-stroke sound which if you take to the field somewhere you might annoy someone. It is quite calm and quite sweet and quite, it's lovely. I really enjoy the single cylinder sound, and I really think that it adds the character to Royal Enfield Himalayan. Overall, guys, I regret that I was avoiding to test ride adventure bikes, all the different sizes of adventure bikes, because I thought that none of them has character and none of them are interesting and none of them I will enjoy. I did enjoy riding a Royal Enfield Himalayan, and I'm looking forward to ride a new 2024 model, which I will do at Cooper Motorcycles, which are new partners of the channel, and I'll be test riding Royal Enfield Bullet next week. Thanks for watching for today, and I'll see you on the next one.